Hi, welcome to ScaleModelPlans.com. Each of our scale models are bench tested before going out to the public. We try to create models that are both realistic in appearance and realistic in attainability. In other words, any model builder with reasonable skills should be able to experience some level of success with any of our plans. But if you're not happy with your first attempt, don't worry, you can always start again. Some of my best lessons were learned by making mistakes. This is an HO scale model of our plan number 1144, a control tower from the Santa Fe Railway. At first look, the two staircases and landings can be a bit intimidating, but creating stairs from scratch might be easier than you think. This tutorial will show you one method of creating stairs for scale model structures. The first step is to cut out the templates. For that, just use a standard pair of scissors. Also, a handy tool for cutting into corners is a thread snipper available from a sewing or crafts store, or a sharp screw cutter. You can also use a razor blade and cutting mat. The Plan 1144 template includes 3 sets of patterns for the stair stringers. Cut out one of the stringers as accurately as possible. Use the thread snippers to cut out the individual steps. Here is the cutout stringer pattern. For the stringers and treads, I used 20/1000 of an inch veneer. Typically, staircases use stringers of 2x12 or 2x10 material. The 20 thou or 17 thou inch veneer actually scales to 1.5 inches, so that would be a good fit for a scale model. Carefully lay the template onto a strip of veneer and begin cutting with a hobby knife. To avoid splitting the wood, make each cut in 2 passes. Score the line first and then do the final cut. Try to cut across the grain first, then with the grain. This will avoid splitting the wood. Here are 2 finished stringers. The plan calls for 3 stringers for each stairway, but it's easier to build the stairway first, then add the 3rd stringer to the completed stairway. You'll need to make a jig to support the 2 stringers during assembly. A strip of balsa, approximately 3/8 of an inch by 1 inch or so, will do nicely. Using the tread template, mark the balsa on each side slightly in from the edge, as shown. Draw lines approximately 2 inches long along the 2 points. You are only going to need about 2 inches of the balsa for the jigs, so use a razor saw or other thin blade to cut a channel along each line. Cut 2 pieces approximately 1 inch long. Deepen and even out the saw cuts to about 1/8 of an inch to 3/16 of an inch deep on each piece. Insert the stair stringers into the saw curves, with the points of the stringers facing upward. Line up the 2 stringers carefully so that they are perfectly parallel to each other, length and height. The next step is to cut out the material for the treads or steps. This is called a duplicate, available from Micromark, but another method for cutting narrow strips is shown on our tutorial website at www.scalemodelplans.info. and click on the Horizontal Siding Corner Boards tutorial. Here are the strips of veneer for the treads. It's best to cut a bit more than what you think you might need. Once again, use the stair template to get the width required for each step. The chopper does a good job of cutting uniform pieces. Again, cut a few extra pieces just in case. There will be a few treads on either end of the stringer that are not exposed, but they can be done after the glue has taken on an initial set. Start on what would be the uppermost exposed step and work your way downward. This will allow space for the tweezers and will be a more comfortable strategy than working from the bottom upwards. Here is the completed stairway. Thank you for watching. Happy modeling.